Hey, what's up, you guys? oldmps here, and we're starting episode 16 here today. And what's this? It's just a giant random box. That's weird. What's in there? Well, in there I decided to build the aesthetic theme, but I decided to go ahead and hide it. And once we're finished with the track itself, I'll reveal what the theme is, and we're gonna build off of what I have built there already. So no, those boxes are not part of the aesthetics, I can assure you of that. And I don't know why I just drove off the edge like that. So just to let you know, so that's what the heck's happening. So we're gonna go ahead and start over here with this mongoose. I'm testing to make sure that the gravity works real quick before I test the map, of course, you know, because you gotta make sure gravity's working first. And let's see. So we got this little thingamabob here, part of the track. I kind of like it. It's growing on me. And then we got over here, and then it's kind of like this. So it feels like we should have like a really epic downfall. Ouch. So let's get working on that. So we'll go back to structures, platforms, mediums. I'm starting to run low on props. So I'm gonna try getting this part of the map to come down really fast over here, and then we're gonna like gaper it back up, because I think that's what I was talking about last time, is possibly gapering it here. And it looks like that actually would be a good decision to do. So it looks like that's what we're gonna do. So so let's go ahead and get working on this. So I don't really have a theme for today of what the heck to talk about while I'm forging. So I'm just gonna kind of wing it because I'm in a good mood. I can talk and I really want to forge. Because the theme, okay. So I'm no master at aesthetics, but I have to admit this came up looking pretty freaking good. I'm rather impressed by it. It looks like the object it's supposed to look like, which is what I was aiming for. Even though it took me like 2 hours to build, that's why I'm not showing you what the theme is until we're done with this. But at least the track will have a pretty good theme. I think a lot of people will enjoy it. And I haven't seen anyone do this theme, ironically enough. But I believe, I mean, I'm sure there's going to be a few people who are like, well, that was gay. But I don't care, because I like the theme. So, I'm going to go ahead and continue with this. So, we're going to go ahead and try to curve this map down fast as can be. So, that's what we're working on, and we're going to gaper. You're going to finally learn what gapering means. I've always been using it throughout like this whole entire building of the map. I never actually explained what the hell it is. So, well, I think I've tried to explain it, but something you just kind of got to see, and then you're like, oh yeah, I've seen that on maps before. 'Cause I give things definitions that probably shouldn't have definitions, but that is in fact just me. So today, I think I got a good idea of what we can talk about. We're going to talk about symmetry when you're forging a map. So notice how when I'm forging this map, I'm not forging this prop like this. See how it's off? I mean, it'll work. The track will work fine, but it just looks ugly. Same thing with this. That's why you don't forge with that little middle line, because the middle line, if you're bending the oh, this is ugly. If you're bending the map up to the side, it's hard to get this line to line up, and even if you do, it doesn't even look that good. It's just kind of like eh. So it's better to go off to the side, I believe, and then keep it like that. Even when it's like at strange angles and you have to rotate the prop completely around, it's still better than just, you know, kind of like, oh, well, I'm going to just be cheap and make it a straight line here. Because that just looks horrid, I believe. Horrid. I haven't used that word in a while. Ooh, I'm getting a fancy vocabulary now. I am the master. At my school, I'm kind of referred to as a master of synonyms. Like, I can come up with a synonym for any word. And so what we did for a long time, like I used to screw around with one of my friends, because he was really hard to start a conversation with, and he never really wanted to talk to me on the way to English. So for just a joke, I just asked him how his day was, and he'd always say fine. So one day I decided just to go ahead and say, oh really? Are you sure it's not cool, interesting? And I mean I just list synonyms for, like the whole entire walk there. I mean, me and him are good friends now, so you know. He tells me about how much he dreamed of strangling me on the walks back and forth. Good old days. So let's go ahead and see. That might be, no, that's not too harsh. I think that's fine. So, we gotta get this going down in a downward motion. So let's go ahead and keep working on that little downward motion we're planning on doing. So this is episode 16, I believe. So I think my first guesstimation of where the episodes are going to end was just about right, actually. I wouldn't doubt it if we went to like episode 22 or 23, because I'm sure I'll burn through a couple episodes today, and then I'll do like the answers video. I'm gonna upload the questions video today, because that's how far behind I am. Like, I should have uploaded it yesterday, but I didn't, because, you know, then it would have been immediately question video, then like after that immediately an answers video, so that would have been kind of awkward. So I decided not to do that and just wait for a day, and then I'll like make like 4 videos today, and then, you know, so I'll have like 4 videos, a good buffer before the answer video comes out, so you guys can kind of get anticipated and hope that your question gets answered in the next answers video. I doubt no one really gives a care, but you know what? I don't care either. I like doing the videos. I've been enjoying making this series with you guys, to be honest. I've had a lot of fun doing this series. I mean, because I guess it kind of gives you like a first-hand view of like how exactly people forge maps, how much time you spend on each piece. Like, I mean, when I first started forging roller coasters, I spent a ton more time on each piece, and yet it was lower quality. That's just because after a while you learn how to move your props really fast. And one question that wasn't answered, that somebody left a comment in the last one, like, hey, why don't you answer this question, is why I let go of the props when I'm doing this. This moves it very little, so if you're trying to get it into the exact spot, like, really fast, that's how you do it. You go, like, you barely, and, you know, like, it's kind of a trick, but it moves it very little to where you can get it just in that right spot where you're planning on it. So, I think I'm going to do 2 more props before I start the gate ring. So, 2 more downwards. So let's go ahead and keep moving with this. Probably want to test this, make sure that's not bumpy, doesn't look ugly. I think it'll be fine, but let's go ahead and test just to be safe. And I'm not testing gravity this time. I'm sorry guys, I'm not gonna fly off the edge. I think this is like the first time I haven't just drove the mongoose straight off the edge. But so we got this part here like usual. I still think this reminds me of a city, like driving through a town. It really reminds me of that. So, okay, that kind of does feel good. I like how that feels. Because it really feels as though, you know, it's like you're setting up for a big drop down. So how far can I go out? Okay, I got a lot of room. I'm fine. Just making sure. Because sometimes, like, the walls, you'll be a lot closer to the invisible walls than you'd expect. So we're going to go about 2 or 3 more down. Because, I felt like I didn't have quite enough speed to do it. So, let's go ahead and do this more. Yeah, that one was just kind of a quickie. That one just happened to line up really fast, ironically enough. I just kind of threw that one down, and I was like, yeah, sure, it's fine. I kept moving, but it was actually fine, ironically enough. Probably talking way too low for you to hear me over the video. Hopefully not. I'll just lower the video when I'm doing this in the AV portion of making the video. So, yeah, so, my original intent was to get this done before March. And as you guys can see, it's April 17th, so it's more than halfway through April. So, yeah, that just shows you how pushed back I can get sometimes. I can get really distracted. But you know what? I really don't care, because I wasn't gonna win like any of the competitions. But I wish I could upload this to my file share. Hopefully they'll have that back up and running soon. Supposedly they're gonna have file shares active again. I don't know what. I've heard rumors that it's done. I've heard rumors that they're gonna just get it started back up just on a different website or something like that. I don't know. I really hope they do, because the file share setup is so convenient. It's very useful. I always love them, and so doing this kind of stuff really screws with people. So we're gonna go up here and take a turn down. So let's see how this feels. I like how it looks. Okay, so definitely got the speed thing going on here. And so after that, we'll start the gate ring. So basics of gate ring. So we're gonna spawn 2 more mongoose. Someone looked it up. It is mongooses, apparently, even though that sounds really weird. Like the last time I had a video, someone actually looked it up. So it's mongooses. So excuse my incorrect grammar. Oh, that's all the mongooses now. So we're gonna go ahead and. I mean, it doesn't sound too bad. I guess it's fine, but somewhat disappointing. I was really hoping for Mon guy, because that would have been cool. So now time to start gapering. So gapering. It's kind of tricky. We're going to be driving a lot of mongooses off the edge. That's all I'm going to say. So we're going to go back to here. We're going to use mediums. And so pretty much gapering is we're going to be tapering it this way. But the thing is that we're going to do it like this. So we're going to have it turn like this. And so as you can see, that's a very brutal change. But we're not going to change it like that right there, because we're gapering. So what you're going to get to do is you're going to grab a whole prop and just have it go at the same incline, perhaps a little bit lower, wouldn't hurt. And we're going to move this to the edge of that prop. And then, like any madman would do, we're going to delete it. So let's see how that feels. It's probably going to be pretty bumpy, I'm assuming, because it's probably offline. But we'll go ahead and check it out, just to see. Maybe we'll be lucky and it just works. So, I mean, I gapered in, what map was that? Was it Tufio? So that actually works pretty well. No, it wasn't in Tufio. It was in, whatchamacallit? Constrained, I believe it was. It was a double wide, and I really didn't want to taper, so I kind of gapered a little bit, and it was much better than my original thing. It was like horrid, originally, and then I was like, what the hell, might as well try it, and then it worked. It's like, oh, would you look at that? So we're gonna do this, and we're gonna bring it down. Now what you might want to do is that you might want to get it off angle and make sure it's a little bit to the side, because you're trying to get it to turn. So it doesn't have to be lined up perfectly. All I'm saying is that the measurements between each one has to be about the same, because you'll lose traction if not, and it'll freak out, and your mongoose will go flying out of your feet, and then you're pretty screwed, pretty much. So let's go ahead and test this out. So we're at the 12-minute mark. I just looked. So one thing you could do that probably will make it feel better is we're gonna extend this. We're gonna make it 2 props, so you have more time to catch your catch the ground, and then we're gonna go ahead and drop this guy down more to wherever the hell it was gonna be, and grab that one, bring it down here, and let it be, let it be, let it be. So we'll go ahead and do that, and pull it up, I guess a little bit more. I guess it's a good way to take advantage a little bit of the map, so you can keep turning it sort of without having to taper it. So probably do that with. Oh, that one's kind of already done on accident. I didn't even mean to do that. That one's a little bit too harsh, I'm pretty sure. Let's go ahead and turn that back and see how that looks. So this is the basics of gapering, and it doesn't look bad. That's a good thing about gapering. It doesn't make your track look bad. It's a unique trick on how to get out of tight situations. So not a lot of forgers use it, not because it's looked down upon, just because of the fact that, you know, it's kind of strange. So we're gonna go ahead and do this one now. So it's gonna be like just leave that there for right now. How many props do I have left? Okay, I have quite a few. But I want 10 of these, so I'm gonna have to switch props very soon to I guess walls. Ugh, I hate walls. And I'm gonna teach you guys how to forge with walls, which I utterly hate. And I've got a good idea what I can do with this. Idea. It'd probably work pretty well, actually. It's a good way to make the transition softer. What I'm thinking about doing is making this one completely just replace these with walls, and then make this one with this, and then make the next one with walls, and make that one with this again, and then make it the last one with walls, and continue the track off with walls. Coming out with smooth transitions between props is also a nice thing you kind of want to do. Anyways, I guess I'm going to end it here. This is oldmps signing out. Remember to subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.